The Michael Jackson biopic just made $219 million in a single weekend. Fans are celebrating. The audience score is 97%. And right now, while the world is falling in love with the King of Pop all over again, the director of Leaving Neverland is preparing to release a third documentary. Not a second one, a third, because the second one already dropped, and almost nobody saw it. Dan Reed told Variety 2 days ago that he's planning to film inside the courtroom when Wade Robson and James Safechuck's combined lawsuit against Michael Jackson's companies goes to trial in November 2026. He called it a very dramatic ending. And the timing of all of this, the biopic breaking records while the accusers prepare for a trial, is creating a collision that could define how the world remembers Michael Jackson for the next generation. Here's what most people missed. In March 2025, Dan Reed released Leaving Neverland 2, Surviving Michael Jackson. It's 53 minutes long. It follows Wade Robson and James Safechuck through a decade of legal battles trying to get their case to court. It includes footage from inside the Santa Monica courthouse during actual hearings. It features their lawyers, lab detectives, prosecutors from Jackson's 2005 criminal trial, and even MJ fans confronting the accusers in public. HBO, which originally aired the first Leaving Neverland, refused to broadcast the sequel. The Jackson estate had sued HBO for $100 million after the original aired in 2019, and the two sides eventually settled. Part of that settlement included HBO pulling the original film from their platform entirely. Leaving Neverland is now commercially unavailable anywhere in the world as of 2026. You cannot legally watch it. So Reed put the sequel on YouTube for free, and YouTube's algorithm buried it. Reed told Rolling Stone it was painful and a gut punch. He said the film was vulnerable to mass downvoting from Jackson's fan base, and YouTube's system doesn't exactly prioritize content about allegations against children. The sequel exists. It's free, and almost nobody knows it's there. Meanwhile, the biopic that presents Michael as a misunderstood genius and a victim of his own father is playing on every IMAX screen on Earth. That contrast is what has Reed furious. In his Variety interview this week, he called the biopic a complete whitewash and said it contains complete lies. He called director Antoine Fuqua nasty and said Fuqua reportedly earned $25 million for making the film. He pointed out that Robson and Safechuck have never earned a single dollar, not from Leaving Neverland, not from the sequel, not from anything connected to their allegations. He said the biopic is making money for people close to Jackson who want to tell a distorted narrative, and he said the film will leave a new generation of young viewers believing Michael was a very talented performer who was rather nice to children, which Reed called a travesty of the truth. Now here's where it gets bigger. Robson and Safechuck's lawsuit isn't about criminal charges. Jackson was acquitted in 2005 and passed away in 2009. Their case is a civil lawsuit against Jackson's corporate entities, specifically MJJ Productions and MJJ Ventures, alleging that these companies had a duty to protect children and failed to do so. After a decade of appeals and dismissals, a California appeals court ruled in 2023 that the case must go to trial. That trial is currently scheduled for November 2026. If it happens, it will be the first time the allegations are tested in a courtroom since the 2005 acquittal. Reed wants cameras in that courtroom. He wants to film the entire trial and turn it into the third and final installment of the Leaving Neverland series. He told Variety, "It's taken an awful long time just to get to a trial date that looks as though it could actually happen." But he also warned that the Jackson estate will find a way to try and sideswipe this whole thing and make sure it never goes to court. He said, if it does happen, he wants to be there. And if cameras are allowed, the world will see Robson and Safechuck testify under oath for the first time since 2005. So right now, in 2026, Michael Jackson's legacy exists in two completely separate worlds. In one world, the biopic just shattered every box office record for a music film and fans are dancing in theaters. In the other world, two men are preparing to testify in court that the man on that screen did things to them as children that no child should ever experience. Both of those worlds are about to collide in November, and when they do, the conversation about Michael Jackson will never be the same again. Subscribe, because this November changes everything.